Novorossiysk. Manoeuvrable and sufficiently armed, this mid-tier battleship makes for a remarkably unique experience. Hello and welcome. Today we are looking at the recently released premium Russian battleship made available for free via the Novorossiysk service event. It's a modernised version of the tier 5 Giulio Cesare, and although it is one tier higher, it's still nice to be getting a free premium, which is actually quite fun. Before talking about the ship and hopping into a game, I'll quickly run through a build, and hopefully that'll give you inspiration for how you want to set yours up. The upgrades are rather standard. Because you've got a minuscule turning circle of 660 meters and a quick rudder shift time, you will want to invest in that. I've gone for main armaments mod 1, damage control mod 1, aiming systems mod 1, and finally steering gears mod 1. As for commander skills, it depends on whether you're going to be using a dedicated commander or not. Personally, I'm using Kuznetsov, who's trained for my Kremlin, where concealment expert isn't essential. For a dedicated commander on Novo, I'd go for gunfeeder, grease the gears, adrenaline rush, emergency repair expert, concealment expert, basics of survivability, and fireproof, although you can do this in whatever order suits you the most. So with all that covered, we're now in a live game to showcase the ship in battle. Now we've gotten some pretty nice matchmaking, so we're in a tier 7 game, which means we're mid-tier and is just a quite nice matchup to have. Of course you are going to have a lot of tier 8 games as well, but at that point it's going to be more just effective kiting, using your high explosive a bit more on armoured targets, because you do actually have a 35% fire chance, and I've got mine up a little bit with some of these signals, but overall it is quite a good kiter. Now in this sort of scenario it's going to be more aggressive and we're going to be using a lot more AP, because 320mm are going to be more than enough for the cruisers that we face. Now some of the more observant of you are probably going to notice that, yeah, unfortunately I was trying out different cameras and I'm like, okay, which one's going to look quite cool for the game that I play for the video, and it appears that I must have forgotten to actually re-equip it because, well, yes, we're now naked, so unfortunately the already bad spotting that we got, or concealment that we had, is even worse as we don't have concealment from the camo. So now we've got a 15.5 rather than a 15km range, which is not the best, but at the same time I'm sure we can still make it work. So concealment expert is definitely a very useful skill, because especially when you're going up against, say, tier 8 ships, it's going to be very useful so you can actually have the room to manoeuvre without being spotted, turn away, and then you can start effectively kiting, which we're not going to be able to do as much here, so it's more effective. Wait for some of these ships to start firing, and then at that point start firing your guns. Now, getting on to the topic of guns, they're actually quite good. So some of the differences, I was waiting for this Scharnhorst to maybe show a bit aside, but they are not going to, so we'll just send some over. But there are a few differences between Giulio Cesare and, that was actually quite a nice salvo then, and the Novorossiysk, but overall I've got to say Novorossiysk, it's not that much worse than Giulio Cesare. I mean, of course you are a tier higher, so you do then get tier 8 matchmaking, but honestly some of the things that are a little bit worse aren't too bad. So some of the differences between this and the Cesare is, well, the armour scheme is basically identical. The only difference is on the bow. Instead of the 90mm on the Cesare, you've got, I'm actually going to start turning away here because this Trento is providing me a nice smoke, and that's a lot of ships I don't really want to be running into here. And hopefully this Scharnhorst, yeah, there we go, that is looking quite good, so we should be able to get a good shot there. So you've got a 16mm bow compared to, oh, we could have nearly got the kill then, apart from the 90mm, so it's going to be a little easier to overmatch you, and coming against tier 8s, that's just going to be a little bit worse. So again, kiting is sort of a must there. As well as that, in terms of the guns, they are quite a bit different as well. So you've got the same number and the same caliber, but in terms of the accuracy, there are a lot of differences. So in terms of the Sigma, you've got a much worse Sigma, so it's 1.4 compared to the 1.9 of Cesare, and the only thing is, there is a bit of a redeeming factor, because you think, oh, okay, right, so I'm going to have really bad shell grouping and none of my shells are going to hit. That's where there is one good side to this, which is they're actually quite low dispersion, which means although you're going to have some pretty bad shell grouping here, you can see, even though that was quite close to the extent of my range, those were still, they weren't really deviating too far off, so you're going to be getting decent hits, just sometimes they may not be exactly where you aimed and they'll just be a little bit off, but overall I've got to say they are still rather consistent because of that low dispersion. I mean, if we're going into specifics, then you've got 117 meters of vertical dispersion and 195 of horizontal, which honestly isn't too bad, and I have gotten some pretty reliable shots with it. Now, with that said, we're going to try it out, and hopefully we're going to absolutely smash the hell out of this emerald. I don't know whether that was enough lead, because I thought I'd get them in a turn, and yes, it looks like that was enough to get them in a turn, and we got 1 citadel and 5 overpens, which is certainly quite nice. Thank you. And as well as this, when I was saying about the high explosive as well, we're not really needing to use it, so I think the only things we'll really be needing to use it on are ships that we're not going to be facing in this game, because everything here we should be able to do a decent amount of damage to. So with this Normandy over here, I mean, I might try and just showcase the fire chance with this once they've put theirs out. So since they're already burning, I'm going to wait for them to commit to a turn, which it looks like they're doing, so I'm just going to fire some shots off now, load some high explosive, and then hopefully by the time that reloads, I'll be able to get a fire. And yeah, okay, 3.7k is not too bad. 2 pens, 2 overpens. I'm assuming that we either got saturation damage there, or instead we hit a turret because we didn't really get all that much damage. Now, since we are really far away and seem to be allergic to the cap, I'm actually going to start turning in and try and get a few extra points or a bit more XP, just so we can get winning. Because at the moment, it does look like the enemies have got a pretty strong hold over this side of the map, but they are holding it off because we do have a Heinrich, and currently the secondaries do not break in this game, which I've got to say, I mean, I don't know about you, I mean, let me know in the comments below how you're feeling about them, but personally, I've got to say, the secondaries not being damaged is, honestly, it's wonderful. I've been having so much fun trying out different ships, which I've been getting ready for videos, such as the Heinrich, and are we actually going to get a hit here? Okay, we do get 1 hit, so not enough leading just then, but now we can start getting away, but hopefully that Heinrich can slowly at least hold these guys off and wait for us to come round and knock these guys out. So since I can't see the path, I'm going to carry on with my original plan, which was to try and burn the Normandy, and hopefully we do get a good amount of fires and possibly get a perma-fire, but we will have to see. So get some shots off, and I'm going to load some AP over here actually, because that path is getting into a decent distance. And okay, so there was already a fire there, and we managed to get a fire as well, so they have just put that out, but 4,000 HP, we could try and confirm the kill here instead. It's either the Perth or the Normandy, but we'll see what happens because we do still have another 15 seconds until we reload. Now, in terms of damage so far, we've not done too much, 36,000, but at the same time, the game is still pretty early on, so hopefully we do get a change of circumstances, and unfortunately that was quite a lot of damage, and you know what, I think the fire is going to take them out, so I'm instead going to focus on this Synop, so hopefully we can get a nice shot on the side. I mean, they are angling, so there's a good chance most of these ricochet, but we'll just see if we can get kind of lucky. Oh, okay, we just got reset, and at the same time we did also get shot. That wasn't really too much damage there, but that's okay. We have managed to fire the cap. So the only thing that's going to be an issue here is going to be the Perth, and there is a destroy, but that Shiratsuyu is on the other side of the map, and okay, that is quite bad. So the Synop is actually effectively kiting here, so I'm going to wait for them to fire again, and actually at the same time I can see there's a Perth over here, so we'll try and lob some shells over into them. Hopefully that is perfect leading. That is looking like good leading, so maybe a... Ooh, okay, Citadel and a load of damage, so I'm just waiting for this Synop to fire again. There we go. So wait for these to land, and then we'll turn in and see if we can get some damage on these Omahas, which are going to be quite nice to hurt because, well, they're Omahas and they are pretty much made for this. So if we can just get this turning before they manage to get another shot off. If they do get another shot off, there's a good chance that we get hit, and yeah, I'm aware I do need to get back here. So can we just quickly curve some shells in? We're going to go to quarter speed. Okay, we managed to get a Citadel, so quite a nice amount of damage there, and we'll focus on the other Omaha instead. And at the moment, it does look like our friendlies have been pushed back on this side of the map, so that's kind of good because it's going to mean that the game is going to be elongated a little bit more, so possibly get a chance to get some more damage. We can see an Omaha over here, so can we get a good hit? I'm just going to lead about here. That's looking okay. If we get a Citadel, then we should be pretty solid. Ah, okay, unfortunately we didn't lead that just enough, but we have damaged them enough, so hopefully the rest of our team can confirm those kills. Now we do have aircraft speed, which is pushing down the mid, but their positioning is rather questionable because they're about to go into a Heinrich, Fiji and a Yahagi, so I don't really like their chances. Now the good thing about this is, because I am running Kuznetsov, even though it's not the ideal build, and great, let's try and blind fire this Omaha. Because we're running Kuznetsov, it means that we do also get the additional amount of HP if we go to, I believe it's 10% HP, so if we go to about 4,000 HP and don't die, then there is a pretty good chance we'll We'll survive a bit longer because that will keep us alive, but again, as I say, it is pretty much essential that you do have concealment build on this if you are going for a dedicated commander. Now, unfortunately, these ships are getting just out of my range, so I'm going to try and blind fire this Omaha. Okay, don't need to blind fire, that's quite good. Now, how's the Synop doing? Okay, they're going for the Pensacola, which isn't good for the Pensa, but it's good for us because we're not taking any damage. And can we get a magical? Yes, there we go. We managed to get a... Yep, there we go. Nice kill. And that was a devastating strike as well, even though they only had 2,000 HP, which is rather interesting. Now, I think what I'm going to do is actually come... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try and kite this Synop, because we've got nothing on our side anymore, and we've got the Colorado to absorb some fire, so... Yeah, you know, I'm going to switch to high explosive and start firing on this Synop, and another 40 seconds we should be able to get another good amount of HP up, because we don't currently have Adrenaline Rush, so at the moment, yeah, okay, we're not looking too good, but okay, can we get some shots in here? I think we can. It's just the fact of whether we can get a fire, because they've just set a fire as well, that Pensacola has, but we will just quickly see. And we do have a glass speed coming back down the middle as well, so we've possibly got some more damage to acquire, but they do have torpedoes coming in too. I mean, in terms of map control, they've actually got a bit of an advantage here as well. And can we get a fire? Ooh, 6 hits. Very good, very good. Now, I have gone back to armor piercing because it looks like we may actually get quite a nice side here. I'm going to have to be careful that I have speed because they do have rather large guns. They've got Scharnhorst guns, or maybe Scharnhorst has got class speed guns, but they can still hurt us nonetheless. Now, I'm just hoping this Sunup could just turn a little bit more, and I'm going to slow down a bit so this Colorado takes the brunt of the fire. And unfortunately, the Sunup has decided to start angling, and well, we have actually lost another ship, so we could have a very close game here, which is quite nice. So, are they going to turn? You know, I'm holding my shot off for too long. I might as well just fire, see what we can get, and carry on. Now, that's looking quite good. So, as I say, I mean, even though you do have pretty bad Sigma, the dispersion doesn't look too bad. I mean, of course, that is a sort of a point on target, so you're not going to be able to get the side of them. And oh, hello, that is the cast speed, which I was a bit scared of. So hopefully we can get a shot in. Going to angle to both the Synop and the cast speed, and it looks like they're about to reverse. So can we catch them on time? Yep. I think that's well aimed enough. We should get a good hit. And wow, okay, that's. And there's the bad Sigma. There's the bad Sigma. If that was good Sigma, we would have pretty much devastated them. But I mean, that's okay. We've scared them back into the middle part there. And oh yeah, I can understand why they're not pushing. And where are these Synop's guns? Okay, they are on fire, so we may be able to confirm a kill here. Now they are almost full locks, so we could get a nice superstructure hit. So I'm just going to go for this. And then hopefully we can... Yeah, okay, we actually managed to confirm the kill there, which is quite nice. So now we'll just turn our attention to this Gaff speed, which is probably reversing, and I'm assuming they have got a heal as well. Now, in terms of the amount of ships we've got a lot less than the enemy team here, so they've got 2 more. So I'm going to go and head for this B-cap, because they're going to be getting the C-cap whilst this Fiji, I'm assuming... Yeah, I was about to say defends. I mean, quote-unquote defends, because they've not got much HP left, and it looks like they are burning or flooding or something. Yeah, probably burning. And we do have a Fuso over there, so if we can just start playing sort of catch around here, basically, if we can get the B-cap first, then we should be good. And I'm considering asking this Pensa to get back, come with us. And at that point, we should be a little bit safer, because if they die, I do think we will be a little bit too low on points. Now, can we confirm a kill? It would be nice to get a 4th kill, because then there is the possibility of getting a Kraken. But with 6 minutes left, I do think this is going to be a rather close game. I wish we could get a bit more speed. So thankfully, we do have an advantage over the Colorado, so we should be able to spot them first. And that right there is it. So hopefully we can get the kill whilst they heal. Yes, there we go. We've got a 4th kill. Okay, and it does look like they are getting C. I'm just saying there, just better be alive than save points, because 7,000 HP, all of those ships there, there's a good chance that they will probably die. Now, we just need to get this advantage on caps, and yeah, I mean, the Fiji at the moment, it kind of hangs in the balance. They've got 3,000 HP. They just need to get back, so we need to get this B cap, and we should be okay. Now, I am contemplating going down the middle, but the problem is there is a Shiratsuyu. And with that, yeah, I don't know. It's a fact of, do I want to risk it? So we will have to see. Now, I'm going to actually heal here, because it's basically the max amount that we can heal up to. Now, we've just got to see. Now, I think I can possibly get a shot on that Lazo. Actually, no, I don't think we can. They're turning in just... Oh, Omaha, where are they? They are even further away, so can I possibly get this over here? I need to slow down, I need to slow down if I am wanting to get this kill. Okay, I think that should be okay. That is terrible, that's terrible. Oh, I thought that would just clear to the right there. I really hope our Colorado can confirm the kill. Oh no, that's basically our Kraken as well. Okay, so if the Fiji can spot them, I'm going to edge down the middle, because we do need to get a kill or something. So the Fiji is actually healing here, which is really good, but I'm wondering, can we get a kill? Perfect, perfect. Okay, that's a Lazo. I'm going to start kiting away then, because we should be able to one-shot them, or if not, we can get the Colorado. Or Pensacola I destroy. Okay, fair enough. There we go. Hello there, Mr. Lazo. How are you? Now, can we maybe get a Citadel? Oh, we didn't actually get anything there. That's abysmal. That is genuinely abysmal. Okay, well, at least we've got them in this position here, so we should be able to be okay. I mean, 18,000 HP, that's a good amount to play with. The only thing is this Lazo is going to be pretty much bowing the entire time, so we're not going to be doing too well. I can't believe I messed that shot up so badly. That's completely fine, though. Hopefully we can get our Colorado to get a nice shot in. And then maybe we can yoink the kill a little bit. And 7,000. Oh, you know what? Doesn't matter. I don't even want to play with points. I just want to get the win. So if we can get a reload in, and then hopefully we can confirm the kill. And we should also win as well, because we are equal on points, and the Pensacola is now holding the A cap, so they should be able to defend this. So if we can just get the kill on the Lazo, that should flip the points just in time for us to get the win. Now I'm going to repair this, and if I can get... Nah, yeah, he's got it. That's a shame. I mean, I'd rather we just get the win rather than risking it for the Kraken. And oh, hello, that is the Viribus Unitas. They're firing AP, so come on, let's try and survive this. Ooh, okay, I think we're good. We do need to start kiting, though. Okay, so there is still a chance to get a Kraken, but we do have the assistance of a Colorado as well, which is going to be pretty essential, but I do think we need to be rather quick, because we've only got 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. So the amount of damage we've done isn't amazing, and also well done to our Pensacola there. And unfortunately our Pensacola did also just die, so it's now up to us to just stay alive, and hopefully we can get some damage. Now, that's looking like a very nice broadside target. If I miss this, then I should uninstall the game. Well, we didn't miss. I'm going to just say Kraken, question mark. Just, you know, it'd be nice if he let me, if he just lets me confirm the kill. Because I would quite like to get a Kraken on this amount of damage. Now, can I just quickly get these shots in and then start turning out? But it depends. I mean, if I die, then the Colorado's going to have to take it. No, we got the Kraken unleashed. Okay, perfect. So at that point, we've now cemented it. I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to say, yeah, +1. Because that was rather nice of him, because he didn't actually take the kill there, which I really do quite like. Now at this point, we just really need to stay alive, because we've got 1 minute and 20 to live, and oh no, it does look like they are capturing the A point. So in terms of time to win, they will win. Once they flip that cap, they will start winning, but because we've only got 1 minute and 15 left, it is just a fact of just staying alive, and that's it. And okay, we do have a Boozer. Now, which way are their guns turning? Not towards us, so we can probably get a bit more damage in, whilst at the same time... Oh, okay, actually, we'll be able to see, because it looks like they weren't pointing towards us, but we could potentially be wrong, and no, they weren't pointing towards us, so we can just get a bit more damage in, so that's quite nice. Now, I'm going to continue running away, because I don't want to, at the very last minute, completely mess this up for the team by dying in the Fiji. Okay, they're still alive, and the Omaha, I do believe they only had 2,000 HP left as well, so it is looking like this is pretty much an easy win. I'm going to fire this next salvo off, and go stern in, so I'm the smallest possible target that he can hit, and hopefully we also manage to get a bit of damage in return. And yeah, that's okay. I mean, another 3,400. I think that is okay. Okay, so they are firing on us, but again, because we have gone stern in, it means we're the smallest possible target, and 12 seconds left with 1 second reload. Oh, can I? Okay, I'm gonna try and get that. I don't know if that is going to hit. 3 seconds. Oh no, I don't think the shell's going to land just in time. No, okay, fair enough. 146,000. Very, very nice indeed. But yeah, so that pretty much is the game. So I've got to say that's an end result screen I do quite like to see, and it's just very nice, especially when you get this amount of achievements. It's quite a shame that you don't get any of the signals anymore, but definitely quite a good result. Now, team score 2.3k base, overall quite nice. Look at the detailed report, but that really is it. So in terms of the ship itself, it is relatively consistent. I mean, regardless of the tier you're going against, it's able to pull off some pretty nice numbers. As soon as you start going against tier 8s or something, it's just a fact of you just kite a little bit more, get more HE instead, and at the same time, you're able to just rack up the damage and probably get actually a decent amount of XP. But apart from that, that does bring us to the end of the video, so if you did want to see any other games like this, then maybe click the end screen now, because that's a very nice game in Normandy, where we got a very similar result.